Good morning. See if anybody comes into this live feed. So I got about a hour to kill. Just a little shy of an hour before I got my 10 in, and then I can drive. But I'm at the dock here at, basically it's a Budweiser, but that's not what it said on my bills. It said something beverage whatever on it. And they opened at 6 for receiving, but inside the, hey Dakota, inside the receiving thing at the window, there was just a thing that said text driver here, and then there was another thing behind underneath that I read. There was a Navajo driver in there waiting with me, and then I read this thing that said got to come around here. No sign to say wait to give paperwork there at that window. It said to come around here. Not a whole lot of instructions. And the guy that came out here to finally take my paperwork, I had to wait for a driver that was at the dock to leave, and then a driver that was parked over to the side here. There's only 2 docks, but one of them is broke. And then there was just enough space for the other driver to back up next to there. He was waiting to get to the dock next. But there's 2 docks, one's broke. It's got these cones right there. So that's still the other dock on this end of the building. There's like probably 10 docks on the other side of the building. But the guy said, you're supposed to turn that paperwork over there, just like there was nobody there. You're supposed to wait as long as it takes. Well, there was no instructions for that. So I figured I had to come over here. They'd be somewhere over here to turn it in. But so I just gave it to that guy. Anyway, I'm at the dock. I was able to pull straight ahead up into those spots straight ahead. And I got I was off to the side a little bit, and was able to just back right in here. I didn't even have to do a pull-up. I just backed right into the spot. So anyway, I don't know how many guys are waiting behind me. I don't know what happened to that Navajo driver that followed. Rogers, Minnesota is where I'm at. But I'm up just a little north of Minneapolis. In Rogers, Minnesota. I don't know how many trucks there are waiting. I see 3 or 4 of them wrapped on the side of the building over there in my mirror. So there you go. There's that guy there. And then if you look in the mirror, you can see that there's a couple other drivers back there. So the guy's quick. He hasn't been taking too bad to get people unloaded. I just got backed up. I was, a few minutes ago. So we'll see. It's 9:09 now. I've been at the dock for approximately 5 to 7 minutes already. Haven't felt them on the dock yet. We'll see how long it takes, but I got 9 hours and 9 minutes in the sleeper berth before I can drive. And then I'm going to Austin, Minnesota, which is down by Albert Lea, about 20 minutes or so east of Albert Lea off of Interstate 90. and that's a Hormel plant. I gotta go drop this empty off and grab a loaded trailer that's going down to Altoona, or might be just bringing it to Ankeny. I gotta call them, ask if I'm bringing it to Altoona or if I'm bringing it to Ankeny. But that's only like a 3-hour drive from there. So that's about 5 hours of my clock right there, and then we'll see where they're sending me to next. Let's see if I wind up going to Trotwood again. Yeah, I know. It wasn't too bad. It was a little worse on the south part of it. Hopefully them plows were able to get the rest of it. They had already cleared off a lot of it and were out there doing salt earlier. And really, I didn't see but a couple of wrecks, and one of them was a dually truck, pickup truck with a flatbed trailer with some sort of you're sitting in the ditch. Where are you sitting in the ditch at? Are you the exit for the Mason City Pilot, the 194, right at that exit, right in that that ditch that comes up where you got the exit here and the interstate here. Well, a dually pickup had gotten spun around. His trailer was no longer connected. It didn't look like there was any damage, but the trailer was disconnected and the tongue was laying on the ground. Cool, 5 minutes. Well, you'll probably be gone by the time I go through there then. But the pickup was this way. There was a state patrol sitting in front of it with his lights on, kind of guarding him, but the guy was trying to get set back up to, I guess, hook up to his trailer. But he had some sort of one of those bulk liquid tank things on the back of his flatbed trailer, and he was facing the wrong way, but he was setting up to try to hook back up to his trailer, it looked like. And then there was a car and a semi truck after that, and mainly there's just one or two cars after that. That was about it. I didn't see a whole lot of real major wrecks on the way up last night. I got here just a little bit after 10 o'clock last night. We'll see how long it takes them to unload me. You're heading to Albert Lea today? I'll be down there at about, it's about 2 hours from here. It'll probably be a little bit after 10 o'clock, and I'll be down at Austin, Minnesota. And then I'll be going by Albert Lea to head back down to the Des Moines area to Altoona to drop off a load. Unless they're going to have me bring it to the yard and then head to Trotwood or something. About to go back here and make coffee. think I might go. I don't know where I'm gonna set at when I'm done because I'm probably gonna have some time. Hope he takes until my 10-hour break. Hopefully it takes a little longer, but that guy that was before me said that the guy had already done 3 trucks and he was taking about a half hour for each one. So hopefully he's a little slower than that, just for my sake of my clock, so I could just get on my pre-trip time and head to Austin without messing around. So, alright, I wonder if my coffee's still hot. Hold on. Got my laptop back here, editing another long video, but I'm gonna try to do a series of short ones next. Let's see if this coffee's still hot from yesterday or if I gotta make fresh. Sometimes my thermos keeps coffee hot for a long time, and other times, after a few hours, the coffee doesn't stay warm. It's not hot, but it's not cold. It's warm. I'll probably go make some fresh. Take it you're not a coffee drinker. Let's see, I gotta put my computer away anyway. So let's see. I don't want this heat like this while I'm driving. Got all my camera stuff out. This stuff over here. This camera stuff needs to go over here so it don't fall off. Alright. Get some coffee made. That's not gonna work. Yeah, we'll get some more. Put some more in there. It's about time for me to replace my water jugs. coffee filters. Enough. Let that coffee make. While that's making, we'll wait and see what happens here. I'm gonna have to pull off somewhere. If he's too quick, I'm gonna have to pull off somewhere. I don't want to ruin my 10-hour break. It really sucks when you ruin your 10-hour break. My next pickup and delivery is got like a 24-hour window on both ends for pickup and delivery, but I still want to get to it as soon as can and get it delivered as soon as I can, being it's basically not even it's 2 hours down there to pick it up, however long it takes me to, drop and hook and get out of there, and then I'm just driving down to Altoona, Iowa, if not just to Ankeny, and then whatever I'm doing after that. But by the time I get down there, I'll only have used about 5 hours of my drive time, give or take, depending on if I run into any traffic, like if there's accidents. If it's still slick out on I-35, there might be accidents that could slow me down. Hopefully not. But that's only 5 hours of my 11 hours, and then I'll have another 5-6 hours to go pick something up and start heading in some direction somewheres. Most likely Wisconsin or Ohio. Unless they send me down to Texas and back. They do that every so often. Just never quite know for sure where they're gonna send me. But my wife got me some Windex, so I can actually clean my windows now. On the inside. So, woohoo! We got plenty of paper towels. I'll have to clean my windows a little later. Get all that stuff off, that film, that residue from those wipes that my daughter used. There she is trying to call me. I'll call her back here in a little bit. This is all dirty. finally got around to getting a haircut. A few pounds lighter now. It's like he's taking a few off, breaking them down, taking a few off, breaking them down. I feel the truck move around a little bit, like he takes a couple pallets off and puts them somewhere, and then there he goes again. Let's see, 9 hours and 27 minutes. Let's see if he takes the full 10. Hopefully he does, so I can go on to on duty to pre-trip time before I take off, so I can go straight there when I pull out. So I don't have to go park somewhere for a few minutes. So if I do, I'll probably just meander over here to be out of the way or something. So, yep, we'll see how this week goes. We're getting to the tail end of the winter weather, and so Mother Nature is going to have a couple more little storms probably, and then we're going to work our way up into that hot weather for the summer. Hot, humid weather. Yeah. There's actually a Rogers, Minnesota water tower right there. This is a Budweiser plant. This is what my bills say, is that Capital whatever beverage, but it's got Budweiser also on the building, and all the trucks say Budweiser. So, yeah. Well, as far as I can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 trucks waiting behind me to get to the dock. So I'm gonna have to get out of the way regardless. Now we're at 9 hours and 30 minutes. So let's see if he takes the other 30 minutes or not. Because I have no idea where I'm going to park myself out of the way. I might just slide over here by this fence by the exit. That fence right there, I'll just drive up and then back up next to that curb. Wait, probably. It's probably what I'll do because I'll be out of the way. Then I can go shut my doors and all that good stuff. And then I gotta go probably on my way down to Austin. I'll have to stop and top off the reefer. I'll have to see what truck stops are around. But I'm gonna have to top off the reefer on the way down. I'm not really gonna need fuel when I get down that way. Well, we just about got coffee completely made. I think it is completely made. Fill my thermos here. Oh. Get the fresh coffee. All right. Now, we can put the coffee pot away. So, keep my coffee pot behind the driver's seat. Got that extra table in case I need it. Keep my 2 jugs of water there, and my crock pot kind of sits right there. My wolf box thing that I use. Oh, truck just shut off. But then I keep bottles of water and tea up on the front passenger side floorboard. So that's what I do. When I get stopped later, I'll have to see. Let's see, is this camera? I need a better cord. This mini USB. See, did this get charged all the way? Full battery. This is the camera that me and my stepdaughter Diamond have. It actually has a remote to be able to control it. but the remote's at home. And I like these style of cameras because you can flip the dealie over and see what you're recording and stuff while you're doing it. That's one of the things I didn't like about the GoPros, and now I got the new one. I mean, you could do a lot with the GoPro, but the thing is, you can't always see if you're in the shot. You can't see if you're way out of frame or not. And when you go like this, you can adjust to be in the frame. So let's see. You turn on the light. What is that about? Huh. Interesting. Still have not really used this camera very much. It hasn't really been used too much. But yeah, gonna have to put that to use. So yep. It comes with this external mic in the kit that has never really seemed to work, that attaches on this top and has this big old mic with the foamy thing on there, but I never was able to get that part of it to work. But the camera itself seems to work just fine, the little bit I did use it. So alright, let's go back here and see if we're gonna, hopefully he's not too quick. I'm actually kind of hoping that he takes another 20 minutes, because I just need him to take another 20 minutes. Actually 21 minutes or 22 minutes. I hope his timing is just perfect and he comes out here right about right when my 10-hour clock comes, because I don't want to have to go park over there. I'm gonna have to go park up against that curb while I wait, and that's probably what I'm gonna wind up having to do. But if you look here in the mirror, just look right there, I got that curb I gotta deal with in order to pull. Come on. Come on. Did I get unzoomed? Okay. Sometimes the only way to unzoom is to flip screens. Flip cameras from front to back. But yeah, we'll see how quickly this guy gets done. And when he gets done, I'm gonna head for Austin, Minnesota by way of truck stop to top off the reefer. Gotta make sure that's topped off before I bring it there. Well, Dakota, I hope you're gonna get out of that ditch here soon, because they might be showing up. But sometimes they take a while to get you out, and then you gotta have, you gotta get to wherever you're going and all that jazz. So hopefully they're gonna get you somewhere soon. Hopefully you're at least able to idle your vehicle to stay warm with the heater on, because it's not warm out by no means. It's not as bad as it has been, like in the negative temperatures, but it's still chilly. I mean, it's 36 degrees. Although I should go check to see if I even need reefer. Let's go look. Do I even need reefer? I haven't even looked to see what this tank, if this tank is full. Yeah, I'm gonna have to top her off. It's less than 3/4, so I'm gonna have to top it off. I was hoping I'd get out of it, but whatever. We'll have to top that reefer off. All in all, it's going to probably be a pretty easy day. We'll see where I make it to at the end of my shift, depending on what they got me doing next. Most likely something going out to Indiana or Ohio. Indiana, Ohio, or possibly Wisconsin. Sometimes those are the most common places I go to with Midwest Viking. Sometimes down to Texas. I've been to Alabama 2-3 times for them. I've not gone any further west than Omaha, or just the other side of Omaha, just like Lincoln is about the furthest west I've gone. Yeah, I haven't gone too much past Indiana and Ohio, but I go down to southern Indiana and southern Ohio, down by Dayton, and go through Indianapolis a lot. So yeah, we'll see where I wind up going to after this. But my next load, let's see if he's got another one on here. Rogers, Minnesota, that's where I'm at. Austin, Deltona. Nope, no other loads on here yet. I'm picking up in Austin. Oh, here he is. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Can I pull off over here by the side for a little bit? Okay. All right, just wanted to make sure. Sometimes some places care, some places don't.
Now you're fine.
All right, thanks. All right, so I'm gonna pull over here, off to the side. Try not to break my brake. Alright, we're just gonna park next to this fence. For about 15 minutes. I'm gonna have to probably pull out onto the street a little bit. Which really sucks because there's a lot of vehicles on this. Get on the road real quick. Don't want to set off my time. Don't want to hit this curb over here either. I messed up. Ooh, careful. Don't want to hit that 5-mile-an-hour mark. Nothing's coming. I can use this road a little bit. Sucks. It's kind of a busy street. There we go. Now we're going to get next to that curb. I better get out and close my doors before I get too crazy. Yeah, let me get out here and close my doors. Yeah. Hold on, these guys left this load block right there, so I had to move it all the way. There you go. Then I'll get back up against the curb. What, another 10, 13 minutes or whatever's left. We got 9 minutes to kill before we can start our pre-trip time. So that's what we got to do. And I should be out of everybody's flipping way. So the other guy got to the dock. Those guys moved up and they're just waiting to get to the dock. So 8 minutes and I can take off. So we're just going to chillax for about 8 minutes. And we're gonna head down to Austin, Minnesota. Probably stop at that Love's or that TA down there. I'm trying to think. No, there's a Pilot at the 69 that I could stop and get reefer fuel real quick. Kind of a shithole, but another one of those truck stops that's got a light pole right in the middle of the parking lot that gets in the way of trying to back into some of their spots, because they can't put the light poles on the edges. They got to put it right in the smack dab in the parking lot, right in the way of truck drivers trying to get into a couple of their spots. Potholes galore. They used to have a really good restaurant. It used to be called the Big Steer Restaurant, and they closed it down back in COVID. And they used to have good steak and egg dinner and stuff there, but they closed down, unfortunately. And now they don't. Now they just got the wings and pizza, and they don't even really keep up that well. They used to have a Subway, but I think they might still have the Subway. I never go in there, so I don't know. But what is that exit? I know the exit number. I don't remember the name of the town, but exit 69 off of I-35. I think I can turn my hazards off. 5 more minutes. Got everything put away. I'm gonna try to chop down a video that's already over about an hour long, and I still haven't added all the footage onto it. I'm trying to find ways of chopping it down so it's not quite so long. But it's another week-long vlog, but I think I can get it chopped down to less than an hour if I cut out some stuff. I think I can get it cut down. And then My next video I'm going to work on is going to be a how-to back, and I'm going to do a big old compilation. I'm going to take a bunch of video of guys backing up and stuff, but I want to get this video completely done because I've been getting ahead of myself and getting all this video footage, and then it's hard to keep it all straight. So I need to get the footage that I have edited and processed and uploaded, and then work on my next video, because you get too far ahead of yourself, you can't, it's really hard to keep it all straight, especially if you're using multiple cameras like I'm using the GoPros and the handy cams. Hold on, whoops. Be right back. I'll be right back as soon as Alright, I'm back. I just had to go do that stupid location deal for them people. They should already know that I have delivered the load. Oh, I gotta go in here and do my checked out thing. Three minutes, and then I can go on duty, but I need to make it go to like 4 or 5 just to make sure it takes. So, plug you guys in. Get this wrapped over here, possibly over here. Alrighty. Hopefully when I get back to the shop, they'll have my other lever for that deer guard, so I can actually pop the hood open and check the oil and stuff and do an actual proper pre-trip. Otherwise, I'm going to have to ask them, can you pop this open and check the fluids for me? Because I don't got anything that... all the tools I got are probably going to ruin that little nub that they got. It's a little rectangular nub. And, yeah, they had to... Apparently, they ordered a new one, and I don't know how long that was going to take to get it in. But... the lever for unlock on doing the deer guard to be able to lay it down so you can open up the hood on the driver's side fell off or something, and there's just the one on the passenger side, and you gotta, it works weird. Most of them you just pull out and move forward and unlocks it. This thing you gotta pull out, go forward, and then you got to pull up like this to get the hook to go up. So it works slightly different than most of the ones I've used. The one on the truck that I had just had a pin that came out of a slot, and then you could pull it out. But it only had one little pin that went down into a couple of holes just on the one side. So if you were to get into a bad enough wreck and busted that pin, or the thing that the pin sits in, which looked like it could be easily done, your deer guard would be flopped forward. I don't even think they have that truck anymore, or where it is if they do, because it's not at the yard that I can see. So unless they got it inside the other building or something, they must have sold it off or something. That truck had some problems with it. It rolled forward. 10:01. Got my brake in. All right, let's go. On duty. do a pre-trip. And then we're gonna wait a little bit. At the very least, I could walk around, make sure all the lights and stuff are working, but I'm not too worried about it. We'll go thump the tires and stuff. Let's see. This thing's got that thing on there that it'll go through and check everything. Is that the one for doing all the lights? Let's see, it's checking all the systems there. Now it's going to go through the hazards and the brights, and it's going to cycle through until I turn it off. So you can do your little pre-trip dealie. And then I will, oops. I don't need my gloves on. My little bumper. Those got some tread on them. Those are brand new tires. It's a brand new truck. I think my truck might have just shut off. Nope. Okay, it's just because it's cycling. Okay. I'm not used to this cycle deal. I'm used to just throwing on my hazards. Wonder if that one needs some air. See if it cycles through. Wonder if it does the left and right independently or just the hazards. Alright. Apparently it just does that. Apparently it's cycling through this light too, maybe. Is it going to shut off? Either that or I have had my cargo light on and I never knew it. I must accidentally hit it. I didn't even know it. So now my truck shut off. So okay. Alright, we can shut this off. And just go see if that cargo light is on. Let's see. Should be off. Let's go check it. It's off. So, alrighty, I'm about to get off here and go do some of that driving stuff. I'll catch you guys later. For those of you catching this on the replay, I know this wasn't the most interesting video, but a lot of my live feeds are a little boring. Depends on what's going on. And I'm working on some other videos, so I'll catch you guys later. Catch you on the replay, and leave any comments or questions or whatever, and I'll get back with you. Catch you next video. Bye.